Hi everyone. Hey, just vibes into some music. We're gonna wait for Shannon to come in. For the people that don't know, hi, I'm Shada Lambert, nannysharz. A few people are coming in. I am starting off, oh sorry, I'll turn that down. National Nanny Recognition Week, and I'll be honouring a different nanny every day. I'll be going live straight for 9 days because I'm extra, and I also feel that nannies need to be recognised for the great work that they do, or the great work that we do. So we're going to be talking to different nannies with different specialities, just to show the variety of our community. How is everyone? I hope everyone's okay. Shannon, you're going to have to request in for me, my lovely. I'm just vibing until you join me. If you're at home, you can vibe with me, yeah? Everyone knows I love to dance, so let's see. Ooh. She joins us. Let's see. Hey! Hey, Shannon! Can everyone see Shannon? Oh yeah, we're just gonna boogie for a quick second.
Hi.
Show them how nannies do. Hey! How are you, my lovely?
Hi, honey. I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
You look lovely. Hey!
Oh, thank you.
Guys, can we just appreciate behind Shannon? Look what's behind you. Can you just explain to the people what that is, because I'm so obsessed with them.
So my husband and I are huge Funko collectors. So they're the pop vinyl bobbleheads that you find like pretty much anywhere in pretty much every fandom, anime, like everybody. I mean, there's one for everybody, I say. But this is our Marvel room. Pretty much our whole house is full of these. This just happens to be the Marvel room. Marvel's room is actually Harry Potter. And then like our living room is all television and everything else. So, I mean, pretty much our whole house is full of these.
Amazing. See, guys, I've got an obsession with them because I saw Shannon's page and I was like, whoa, this is cool. And I just saw in every video you had so many. So I was like, how many do they have? And I'm nosy, so you know. So Shannon, explain to the people who you are, what you do, what you're about. I'm going to shut up and let you speak, girl.
All right. Well, my name is Shannon Parolaz, and I have been a career nanny, night nurse, family manager, you name it, in the Silicon Valley Bay Area for the last 15 years. I have a wonderful daughter named Marvel Lee, who will be literally 1 in less than 30 days, which just blows my mind. And I'm also the founder of the Game of Nerds, which is a nerd website that gives nerds and writers a ability to talk about the things they love in a safe environment. And since COVID, I was basically on my way back into the nanny world after having Marvel. I had everything set up. I was going back to work with a family that I had worked with previously. I got to bring Marvel, win-win for everybody, nanny dream. COVID hit, and I'm in Silicon Valley, so we've been basically on shutdown. So once it hit, it was like, okay, well, I'm back at home. I have a chronic illness. I have celiac disease along with a whole slew of other illnesses. So it wasn't safe for me to kind of be out at work. Marvel was at that point only 4 or 5 months old, so we really didn't want her out. So we said, okay, I'm going to stay home. But within days, I had parents who I had worked with previously contacting me, asking me, okay, what do I do? Like, okay, I need to hire a nanny right now. Is it even possible to hire a nanny right now? What are my options? Because a lot of other people depended on family. You know, they had the family situation. And once you decide, okay, we can't visit grandma and grandpa anymore, who are now taking care of them, okay, what options do we have left? And so I was getting a lot of requests like that. So for the last few months, I've been working privately with all my other, clients. And then as of Monday, I opened it up to the public. So now I am taking,
I think we lost you a little bit.
can we afford, what's being realistic, especially in this, time.
I think we're losing you a little bit, Shannon. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Can you
no.
guys
Okay,
hear
hold on.
Shannon? Because I'm
We're
seeing
gonna
her like
we're
drifting
gonna
in and
move.
out. Okay. Then you guys can
Yep.
see all the
Okay,
pots in the
hold on.
back.
Yeah, we're gonna switch. We're gonna rotate.
Okay.
It seems
Sorry,
it seems
hubby.
it's it's all good. We all rotate in this house. It works.
Okay. That's much
Yeah, he's
better.
got. Yeah. Okay. It seems to be this room is the only room that works with my phone for some reason, and I apologize.
Okay. That's all
Um,
right. That's
we're
good.
learning
No, the
from.
Wi-Fi is much better in that room, boy.
Yeah, well, from the work from home experience, as everyone knows, you just kind of have to roll with the punches and just go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So wait,
so
was that the point where parents were saying, what do we do? Can we hire a nanny?
yeah, a lot of people were asking, okay, can I even hire a nanny? Is this possible? Or even just what are my options? Because, like I said, a lot of parents were depending on grandparents or family to take care of them. So, when COVID first started, a lot of them cut off grandma and grandpa and everybody else. So you've lost that child care option. Okay, can I afford daycare? Okay, daycares are now shut down. What do I do? And now currently we're in the situation of, okay, well, can I hire a nanny pod to take care of the kid, to deal with the virtual homeschooling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of helping parents figure out what their options are, because there's not really anyone on this side of the fence who understands. Once you become a mom and you understand, holy crap, there is a lot more to this than just
Mm.
picking a nanny. And that's where like I said, I've got a unique perspective. I've been on one
Yeah.
side of the fence as a nanny for 15 years, so I know the nanny game and I understand and value what nannies bring to the table. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody can afford a nanny. Sometimes that's not a realistic option. But
Mm-hmm.
as nannies, we shouldn't lower our value to meet those. You know what I'm trying to say? We need to educate parents. And like I said, that's where I'm kind of stepping in.
Okay, perfect. So you said that you've gone public. What have you gone public with? Let the people know.
I am now opening my child care coaching services to the public as of Monday. I'm doing limited spots. And basically, if you need help from, like I said, assessing your beginning childcare options to try and, you're hiring a nanny yourself because you can't afford an agency or anything like that, helping you through the process, looking at red flags, because unfortunately, there's a lot of people who have lost their jobs due to COVID. So they're turning to nannying, like, oh, I'm new, fresh on the game.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm gonna keep my mouth
trying to
shut,
meet
but
those
yeah, go
people.
ahead.
It's just, weeding out and trying to find, because here's the reality, and a lot of nannies don't realize this, is that you're being trusted with their most prized possession. And you, as a mom now, I understand why parents had such high standards to
Yeah.
find what, and why I was chosen. And now looking back, I mean, it was probably week 4 I looked at Marvel, like in the middle of pregnancy hormones and everything, and I was crying because it was just like, I couldn't imagine all my moms who I had grown close to over the last decade, whose kids I've watched grown up. They trusted me with their babies. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is like, it was like a come to terms moment for me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like,
Yeah.
now I understand the greater purpose of life.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So what would you say has been like your most positive experience as a nanny, or what is the thing that you enjoy most about being a nanny?
The best thing for me at being a nanny is just watching the kids excel and grow. Like, I have kids that I haven't seen in years, but we're friends on social media with their parents and everything, and I see them excelling and growing. And that to me is the biggest joy I can get. Because
Mm-hmm.
I remember, okay, I watched this kid take their first steps. I helped that kid prep for, you know, their presentation, and now they're on the debate club debating as, you know, seeing those kind of things, you know, for me, I've been in the game so long that I have babies who are now graduating high school and off to college. So seeing them get accepted to top universities and basically dominating, whether it's sports or academics. I'm so proud of, I call them my babies, because they're all my babies, but watching them excel. And even, you know, even the kids, you know, it's not even the kids that are long-term, but even the couple of jobs where I did, you know, where I sitted because they're friends of the nanny family and stuff, just watching them excel too. And the families grow and excel. That for me, it just, like I said, I helped. And I think that's my kind of personality. I'm a helper.
Yeah, definitely. I picked up on that when I first like connected with you and we started talking. I was like, you're just naturally a giver. And it's weird because I feel like since I've come on a public platform, I've naturally gravitated or resonated with people that are naturally givers as well. So when we spoke, we had so much in common. It was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Do you remember when we were talking? I was like, oh my, like you're literally me just in another country, literally. You know, so it's just like, it's so weird how you kind of find your tribe when you put yourself out there. It's like you do a calling like, la, 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 and it's like they hear. And it was like, we're coming, you know?
Exactly. And what was so funny for me is being on the mom side of it, you know, they say, you know, it takes a village. What they don't tell you is that the village just doesn't come. You have to build that village. Like there isn't a number of like 1-800-village. Here it comes to your door. It's like, no, you have to like prep for this. Like you have to set expectations, be ready to go. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is a non-negotiable, like has to happen. Otherwise you're kind of setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, so what speaking on that and just elaborating on what you just said, could you explain to us or just try to give us some insight into the transition from being a nanny, you know, very well experienced, well educated, you know, qualified nanny, to then the transition from going from being a childcare professional to then being a parent, the difference, because we spoke about it, but I think it would be very important for you to you know, air it out in the public, like the transition, because I even said to you, like, if I was a mom, I don't think I could hire a nanny. And that sounds very hypocritical of me because I'm a nanny, but it's just because I would really struggle with my child being with anyone but me. That's just me though. Slightly because I'm a control freak. And also, like, if it's my baby, that's a whole different level of trust that I'm going to have that I personally don't think is inside me. So could you explain to us a bit about like your transition from a nanny to a mother?
So the biggest thing that I think people tell, like I got while I was pregnant was, oh, you're a nanny, you're going to handle it. You've got all this experience. Like, don't worry about it. Da, 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 da. And, you know, unfortunately, even before I was pregnant, I was that nanny who was like, oh, I got it handled. Like, I'll have it handled. And I'm here to tell you, you know, like, you may think you know, you have no idea. Like, here's the reality. When you are a nanny, you get to leave the door and you're done. Like, okay, you're done. You're off. You're done being Nanny Shannon. You're done being nannysharz. But when you have your kid, you're never off. Like, there is no off. You are just your mom, your dad. You're that person 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you're lucky to have help, then yeah, you do occasionally get a few hour breaks here and there. But you're on. And I think the biggest thing for me, like I said, in those midst of those first 2 months was a lot of self-realization of nanny situations I had been, you know, having a mom call me and be like, Shannon, I have not slept. I'm about to lose my mind. The baby will not go down. Please, I will pay you whatever. Please come help. And I would rush off, go help. I have the baby down in 30 minutes and the mom would be looking at me in tears thinking she's an utter failure. And once again, I think I'm wonder nanny because I've gotten the baby asleep.
Yeah.
And then you become that mom. You are that mom who's the baby has screamed all day. And I have my lovely husband who would come home from work and I'd be like, just just do it. Just take her, please. I feel like I have failed. I'm a nanny. I'm a career nanny. I should have this. But the one thing every nanny mom told me was, it'll be different when it's your own.
Yours.
It'll be different when it's your own. And that was my slice of humble pie that I had. It was like, you're right. When it's your own, it's a completely different story. I've nannied over 100 kids plus, you know, sitting, babysitting, everything. Every child is different, and none of them is like Marvel. Yes, I can take certain situations and events from other families and make it work, but not all of it will work. Not everything, you know, as me and Andy have been talking about this a lot. I think the biggest thing that you have being a nanny and going to parent is that you have that background. For me, I can't imagine my brain can't process not having any childcare experience, going through the 9 months of pregnancy, which is tough on its own. Having a baby, which is kind of a very life-changing event and traumatic kind of thing that you have to process. Have that baby, and then 24 hours later, usually, or, you know, 48 hours later, you go home with that baby, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you wonder why women get postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety and stuff like that, because we are not equipped to deal with the aftermath. Everyone's on top of us all through pregnancy, and then you have the baby, and it's like, okay, peace late, you have the baby. Call us if any, you know, call us in the emergency, you know. And so I think the biggest advantage of going from nanny to mom is that you have that arsenal. Like my husband was saying, he goes, we probably would have gone through certain processes a lot slower. Like, okay, we needed to find bottles. Well, because I'm a nanny and I have gone through all the bottles, I knew exactly which bottles to try, you know. It made those kind of processes and decisions easier. We weren't Googling as much because I had the background and I had the knowledge there to go through. And it wasn't until we had to call the pediatrician, it was usually something like, okay, this is out of my wheelhouse. I don't know, and I need to talk to a professional. And that's why I enjoy people like you and representing people who things we aren't good at. Because here's the thing, in a couple of years, I think I may know how to potty train Marvel. And the reality is she may not take to any method I know, and I'm going to have to call you and go, okay, you got to work your magic, girl. Please help a sister out. Like, let's do this.
Don't worry.
But that's the beauty of nannying, and that's why I say you have to build your wheelhouse and build your village. Like, know who's got your back, know who you can call, and respect the people and the knowledge that they have. You know, like we talk about this often because we do business, and you know, it's one thing to ask a question, but then it's another thing to pick our brain. Which service do you want to pick here? So it's
none of this answering the DMs for free. No, this is our livelihood.
But yeah, being a nanny to a parent, it's very to say it's all sunshines and roses. That's eluding bullshit, and I just like that. It's not Instagram perfect. It's hard work. And I love my daughter more than anything in this world. But like I tell a lot of nannies who are pregnant and thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to go back into the same situation that I was kind of in. It kind of was a secret blessing. It was like, okay, COVID hit, I had to pivot, and now I've got an even better situation, you know? So I am a firm believer in going with the flow, take every day as it goes. Because if you start trying to do everything and force it, it's just going to backfire.
Yeah, that is amazing advice. I'm going to go to the comments quickly because I see a few people,
of course,
you know, saying stuff. Also, if you guys have any questions for Shannon, please put them in the question box and I will ask her. Are you okay to answer anything, Shannon?
Oh, of course, please. I am a whole soundboard. I would love to answer any questions anybody has.
Right, Les Taylor said all the Funkos. Yeah, in the back. Oh wow, we've got quite a lot of people in. Hello, people. Hi,
everybody.
Hi, Jessie. Hey, Olivia. Always mom. Yeah, always mom. You don't have a day off. National Nanny said amazing point. 100 kiddos. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, girly girl, that's Alex the nanny. Hi. Nanny Pam said, yes, I agree 100%. As a nanny and then mom, it made that aspect of life easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing the knowledge. Jessie says, I love her, Shada. Thank you for hosting this live. You're welcome, and I love her too. And that's why she started off National Nanny Recognition Week, because you see, brutal honesty. Shannon, you know I love you anyway. I've been telling you this like every day since I met you. But it's just you're just real. You keep it
No,
100. You don't sugarcoat anything, and you
no.
say what it is. And for me, I love learning from parents, and I also love learning from nannies that then become parents, because that's something I've not experienced. You are giving my audience something I can't give them, which is, the truth. Well, I can give them the truth, but the truth about becoming a nanny and then becoming a mum. I don't have that experience, so I can't be, giving them any information on that because I've never
Yeah.
experienced it. So I only try to speak from my experiences, but it's good to kind of talk to people that have been through stuff that you haven't been through, and that's where you came into it. So let's see, Nanny Pam. Yes, there are definitely struggles being both, 100%. Nanny Pam said, my biggest struggle is I don't parent the same way as my nanny family. So now with older nanny kids and a 4-year-old daughter, it can be a struggle. Oh, so that's
So,
something we can touch on. Thank you for
yeah.
sharing your
So
experiences, they said.
this is perfect because I was actually just on one of the boards talking about this. And here's the thing. And this is coming from a mom perspective, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
We're paying you to provide your services and the services that you provide. Yes, our ideals may not line up. Yes, please always give your 2 cents in the kindest way possible. But it's one of those things like, is it worth making is this the hill you want to die on? We talk about this all the time. Is this the hill you want to die on? Like, is it a make or break?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to make it harder, but if you have an open line of communication with mom boss and dad boss, and that's where a lot of nannies shy from. They just don't want to communicate with their mama. And if half the time, if you just communicate with them like, hey, this is making my life hard, or this needs to change, especially if it's things that are non-negotiable. That's why I say if it's a hill you want to die on, then go for it, because it's against your morals. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of families where this is the hill I'm going to die on. Something has to change, or see you later. And the thing that nannies need to remember is, you're in the driver's seat, because you're not the one who's going to have to deal with the kid at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You get to leave. I'm still stuck with, you can come over. Yeah, you're stuck. We need you, that's the reality. We need you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, once again, is it something you can constructively change, or is it something that's a non-negotiable? If it's something like, I know a lot of families, they have, and we talked about this, especially with high elite families. There are certain rules you have to follow. Either you follow the rules or you don't. You don't have the job. That's kind of so it kind of just depends on the family, especially with things with the older kids. A lot of it is if you just talk to the mom boss and be like, hey, this is making my life a living hell. This is a struggle, especially things like phone use, or they're not paying attention. They're not being respectful. Those are easy things that just need to be communicated. And that's what I tell a lot of the nannies I talk to. Go ask your mom boss. I bet you anything the answer is going to be yes. Or she's going to say, oh, I didn't think of it this way. We're so stuck in survival mode of just trying to get day to day to day to day that we're kind of in tunnel vision. So sometimes easy solutions aren't even on our radar. And it isn't until like my husband will bring up something and I'll be like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, sometimes you need a reminder. So, okay, maybe you turn around to mom boss and go, okay, this is not helping me. Can we change this? And the mom boss goes, oh my God, that would make my life easier too.
Yeah.
She never thought of it that way. Yeah, it is basic communication. Don't be afraid of your mom boss and your dad boss. They can be your biggest supporters and your biggest friends. And especially when, as your career grows, they're going to be the ones who refer you. Those are the ones who are going to give you your best reference. Loyalty means everything. And especially in COVID, I watched a lot of nannies make not to say they're stupid decisions, but it was just more of, you're going to leave a family you've been with 5+ years for another family who's going to pay you $100,000 to be their nanny now.
Yeah.
And we really don't know where the COVID situation is going to go. Is this going to be 6 months? Is this going to, here in the Bay Area, we're looking like the kids may go back in January. So what happens to all these nannies who are just contracted,
Why so late?
It honestly depends on each county too. So as the testing comes in, if a kid comes in positive, then that school shuts back down. So then once again, if you're a contracted nanny for contracted hours and the kids go back to school, you still got a contract, and parents now have to find you to do something for 40 hours a week, whereas a lot of the other families that, who have been with me a long time and everything, they were trying to be, it was like flexibility, trying to make any way work just to make it work. So it's communication is key. And, especially if you're being poached and things like that, talk to your family. Loyalty means everything. If you burn a bridge, especially a loyal bridge, it can bite you in the butt. And I think the biggest thing I learned about once I became a mom was, I didn't realize how much I was being talked about online until I got into one of the local mom boards and realized, oh my gosh, I've been talked about a lot.
What?
You know what I'm trying to say?
Hey, tell us more.
But also on the flip side, I've also seen them talk about nannies in the back. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't know who knows who. So be careful which bridges you want to burn. And you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's so true. Because moms will tell other moms, don't hire that nanny because da 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 da. Or they might say this nanny is very good, but you have to be careful, because I've even had some mom bosses like big me up so much, their friends have tried to steal me, and I'm like, ooh, no, I'm kidding. Yeah. So that is something you need to be very, very mindful of as well. What you say, isn't it?
Yes. Well, and too, it's one thing to network. Like I worked for police officers, so I would get, had my long-term family, and then that family had kids who, they all lived in a the same community. So like one lived down the street, and we'd all do like date nights together and everything like that. So there's ways you can work it. I know from very early on in my nanny career, I basically started when I was at San Jose State. Trying to get my bachelor's degree. I had a very weird schedule. I would have classes at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then have no classes till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then go till like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So I had to fill that gap somehow, and that's how I did it. I stacked families. Okay, this family needs me Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This family needs me Tuesday, Thursday. This family needs me only weekend. And that's how I networked, and I got out and just, okay, I'm just going to stack it. And yes, schedules change, things change. I have never really been in a situation where I've been fired. It's always been, okay, our schedules just don't match up and line up anymore. Okay, Shannon, do you know somebody else who can fill that position, or can you help us find somebody to make it work for us? Or even the situation, we just don't need a nanny anymore. Our babies are grown, and as much as that hurts, it's the part of the job. Everybody grows.
For sure. I think you got some more comments. Let me see. Oxen Nanny says, gotta run, gotta go. Recipes galore. Great interview. Thank you. National Nanny says, I may have missed this, but can you talk a bit about mom guilt? Let's talk about that. Have you experienced mom guilt? Obviously, Marva Ali, she's only
every day. I am here every day. Like, and it could be something as stupid as, I can use right now as an example. Marvel is literally off to the side of me, and something as simple as this is like, oh, well, I should have spent this hour with Marvel. And like, it's just simple. Like simple little things like that. Mom guilt, in our house, because it's just me and my husband. It's always been me and my husband. We have been Marvel's primary caretakers. We don't have really outside help. So in our house, it's a fight for who's got to work, who's got to get work done. And I mean, I run 2 businesses from home. I've always done that. And Andy works from home doing his full-time job. So it's okay. You're having meetings from here to here. You know, I'm going to take Marvel. Okay. He knew, like today, right now, he's got Marvel and he's got no meetings, and then we're going to switch. And, you know, if we coincide to where, you know, both of us get to get work while she's napping, then man, the stars align for the day. But the biggest advice on the mom guilt is just, especially for nannies, just realize that moms have a tough job, and your job is there. You're not really there to take care of the kids. Just take care of the kids. You're there to take care of mom too.
The mom, the parents,
You're there to be backup. You're there to make. We talk about we're talking about this on a post. Day makers. Just okay. A mom had a pile of laundry sitting there all week, and she's told you, "Oh, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll get to it." And then, you know, the kids are napping and you take care of it, and she's in tears because you took care of something that as simple. You know, it's little things like that. That will make that mom so much better. Like I talk about, we're in such survival, like, okay, got to get through the day. This is the priority. Me and my husband, our big thing is, okay, what's our priorities for the day? What is the main things that have to get done today? Because there are only a few things can get done. What are the top priorities? And we get we try to get those done. Some days it doesn't get done, and that's nobody's fault. It's what happens in life. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody needs a day where you just sit on the couch and vegetate and watch TV all day. We're all human. And being a mom has more of just been giving yourself grace to just get through the day and be okay. Tomorrow's a new day. We'll start again.
So I want to ask you a question. How do you juggle going from so you always will be a nanny anyway, because that's just who you are, right? So how do you go from transitioning from being a nanny, juggling being a nanny, a wife, a mother, and a business owner? How are you juggling everything? Because this will really help with nannies that are, I always kind of advocate for nannies to have more than one source of income. Don't make your nanny job be your only source of income, because that family say, no, we don't need you, you're fucked, So I always say, make sure you have a business or you have some passive income coming in. How would you say, what advice would you give to nannies that want to start their own business, or, you know, nannies that are married that want to have several businesses or work on, like, being an entrepreneur? Like, what would your advice be, seeing that you're doing that on a daily basis?
So my biggest thing, like I usually tell people, I built my career being a nanny alongside my business, Game of Nerds. I've always had the two of them together. I've always worked on them together. And that's because I would have my computer with me while I was at work. When the kids were down, I'd be either working on schoolwork to further my education, taking certifications, taking classes, things like that. I mean, the parents can't really be mad at you, you know, especially if the house is clean and you've taken care of your responsibilities. The kids are asleep and you turn to mom and dad boss and say, hey, I am taking X, Y, and Z to get this certification to further my childcare experience. Do you mind if I bring my laptop and do it while the kids are napping? 95% of those parents are like, yeah, please do, you know, no problem, you know. So that's what I would do. I would, you know, the date nights where the parents were working till, or, you know, going out till midnight, 1 a.m. Kids would be in bed. I'd be on my computer going to town. I would use the mobile hotspot on my phone to use Wi-Fi if I didn't have access to Wi-Fi at their house. I worked every minute that I wasn't nannying, doing that, working TGON. And then as soon as COVID came, it was, okay, now I've got 9 million emails in my system from parents. How do I, you know, okay, what's the next step? What do I do? All right, well, pivot, you know, change directions and go. You know, I'm a firm believer of, you can't whine about something, you have to do it yourself and get it done. And I'm also a believer of do it right the first time so you don't have to go back and do it a second time. If you want to do something, jump. Life is too short to just sit there and go, okay, I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. There may not be a later. You know, and here's the thing. I'll be honest. If I had to start TGON or another business I've had TGON for 7 years now. If I had to start a new business, no knowledge that I've had for the last 7 years with Marvel, I couldn't do it. I've already put in the work to make it easier now that Marvel's here. And so making a second business like the coaching was like cake, because I'm like, okay, I know the social media, I know the website, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, because I've spent the last 7 years Googling how to do it all for Game of Nerds. Yeah. So it's scheduling and carving out time. If you know you've got to schedule everything out. Okay, I know I'm going to be, I'm going to have an empty block here. Use it productively instead of on scrolling through Instagram, watching Netflix. Yes, you should have the right to self-care and do these things, but be honest with yourself. If you've done it all week and you were supposed to get stuff done, there ain't nobody to whine about not having time. That's all on you. That's on you, nobody else.
Yeah. Let them know. Hey, guys, you see why I love her so much? Because you're just real. Keep it 100 real. You've got a lot of comments, Shannon, so I'm going to go through them for you. Nanny Pam says, agreed with that. My issue is parenting my child while at work. She comes with me and certain things they allow, I don't with my daughter. We definitely had to learn compromise on both sides. What would you say to that?
Oh, I didn't know your daughter was involved. All right. So here's another 2 cents. So when I was pregnant with Marvel, I literally, like, the last day of maternity leave, I'm standing in front of a mom, and a mom's like, I don't understand why I can't book you through October, November, and December.
Maybe because I'm about to give birth to a human?
I'm pregnant, like. So a lot of parents, there are some parents who just don't understand. That's why I say parent education, nannies need to just educate parents and be like, hey, this is not cool. Yeah. But yeah, there was a lot of families who wanted me back and were willing to pay for me to come back with Marvel. Yeah. But the reality was, do I want my kids around their kids? Like I knew already going into it that we didn't agree parenting wise, but yes, you are paying me this money and I understand that these are your rules. I will entertain them is what I usually tell nannies. Entertain the thought of it. Yeah. But when it came to my daughter, for me, it was a moral, nope, not going to happen. Like, nope. Boundaries. And that's why boundaries. And that's why I said I knew the family I wanted to go back to working with if I went back to work with Marvel. Yeah. And so that's why I had it set up like, okay, I knew the kids, it was a kid of a similar age, so Marvel would have a playmate. The other 2 kids I had watched previously, so it's easy peasy. I knew the boys, they were, no problem. So yeah, once again, is it a crisis? Do you want to die on the hill? And if it's something, especially, here, do you want to say hi?
Yay! Hello, cutie. Hey, Mama. She was like, I want to get in on it.
So if it's something like safety or something that I morally as a parent, I'm just like, no, I don't. I'll communicate to mom boss, hey, I don't do this with my kid. I would appreciate you, not. And if it comes to it, then maybe I need to find a new position. But that's just, once again, my 2 cents and where I would stand personally, because my daughter means the world. And there's a lot of families that I would say, I deal with it because you pay me enough to deal with it, and we've all been in those nanny situations. It's just, like I said, it's different when I have to deal with it than us dealing with it,
Yeah, definitely. You have to be mindful of the children that are around your children, because your children, being that young mother, she's, just 11 months, she'll pick up on things that they do. And if they do stuff that don't, resonate with your parenting style, then that's going to be like you having to get her to unlearn all that behavior. And you don't want that. That's just too complicated. We've got more comments for you. Nanny Miss Monique says, Nanny jacked. Hi guys, we've got Nanny Profile says hello from Germany. Very interesting. Hi Germany.
Hi Germany.
And Nanny Pam says mom guilt is so real, every day, every hour. Oh guys. Yeah. Nanny Profile said I skipped the guilt. She said, I ain't got time for no guilt. Nanny Pam says, I totally agree. I'm way less judgmental of my mum bosses now that I'm a mum. It's the hardest job ever and it's never ending. I give them so much more grace now. That's amazing. Jada, hey Jada, she says, great question. Jada also said, right, having a plan. Let's go. Well, we've got so many people in here. My goodness. Nanny J. Shotwell said, you definitely have to educate parents sometimes on the daily. Laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, oh, when they saw Marvel, because she's so cute and she's such a happy little girl. The modern nanny, hey, she said, because money's the energy exchange. It's got to make my level of energy. Yeah, it's got to match my level of energy I'm willing to put in. For sure. Hey, Belle. Hey, Baba. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. She's like, that's my mom. That's my mom. So what would you say then is like your worst experience or your most challenging experience, and how did you kind of overcome it in terms of being a nanny?
Well, for me, it was putting boundaries. At some point, being a helper person, you just help. You're willing to jump when anybody calls and do things. And yes, I had families who were willing to pay and do whatever, but at what point in your sanity do you go, okay, we're done? Like, okay, I can't keep up this. And that was especially when I was pregnant. I learned that lesson really, really fast. I mean, we didn't know I was pregnant with her. I wasn't supposed to, we were told I couldn't get pregnant. So to get pregnant with her, was just a shock first off.
Yeah.
And, we were about 3-4 months in when we found out we were pregnant with her. And so I also had extreme morning sickness. So I was down and out a lot, like I'd have to call in and be like, I need to go to the hospital and get an IV, unfortunately. Like that's just the way it is. So.
Okay. Readjust.
No, sorry. Had to change. I almost fell out of the chair. I was like, oh, please don't let me fall out of the chair. All right. Now I lost my train of thought. So what was the question again?
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you just saying you had to go to the hospital and get an IV and that you was getting very, very tired as well whilst being pregnant.
Yeah. So then I would have parents calling and be like, okay, well, when can you come back in? Can you make up these hours? Can we move this around? And at some point you have to go, no, these are my boundaries. I can't do this anymore. And you have to be real with yourself. What can you, what can you handle? Some nannies thrive at that 40 to 60 hour crazy week. I used to do that. I'm too old for that. I'm too old. I can't do that no more.
I'm not a mom, so I'm sure if I was a mom, I'll be like, hell no.
Yeah. But every nanny is different. Some nannies don't like parents who work at home. Some nannies only like to do nanny share. Like everybody is different, all for you. But you have to have your own boundaries. What is your hard line? I'm only going to accept this amount of pay. These are my hours, hard line. You have to set it. Otherwise, you're just going to get walked all over. And it wasn't more of a walk all over situation. It was just more of a realization of everybody wants Shanny the nanny. And there's not enough Shanny the nanny to go around. And then at some point you feel like, okay, well, you have people, oh, well, I'll pay you this, it's you guys, it's not the money. I love all y'all. I wish I could be in 6 places at once, but I'm pregnant. I have a baby and I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. So like I said, it's just having the boundaries and being true to yourself.
Yeah.
Know what you can handle.
Definitely.
Know what you're signing up for.
I want everyone to let me know if they found this useful, because Shannon, I feel like you've been dropping hella gems throughout this live. I've learned a lot because obviously, like I said, I'm not a parent, and so I've not really experienced the way you've experienced things. So I've learned so much. So I would love you guys to put some purple love hearts if you found Shannon's live useful. I personally did. I want to also ask you, because we're going to wrap up, but I want to ask you, what do you want to be recognized for? Because this is why we're doing it, to recognize amazing nannies like yourself. What do you want to be recognized for? What do you want your legacy to say about you?
I want to be known as a person who helps parents understand childcare and makes it easy for them, because nannies make moms' lives and parents' lives so much easier. We are amazing people, and we should be recognized that. And what I'm hoping I do with my coaching is make parents realize the value in nannies, and that, you know, there are certain people who are amazing at what they do and are going to make their families flourish. And that, you know, like I said, some people aren't going to be able to handle that, but being, you know, there's no point of going on a Facebook post and saying, I can only hire, you know, do X amount of, you know, money an hour, and you know, it's way below the regular wage. You know, that's not helpful. And not to mention, usually the trolls come out and they attack you, and it's not, you know, we need to educate parents and help them. And especially right now, they're scared. And we're, like I said, we're in tunnel vision. So a lot of the problems you guys are running into as nannies, it's just because we're in survival nanny mode and we're only in a tunnel. And so be kind, walk with grace, you know, talk to your mom bosses and your dad bosses. How can I help you? What can I do to make your life easier? This isn't working. This is working. You know, this will not only make your life better, it's going to make your family's life better and keep your job. You're bettering your job. You're just, it's just like in working a corporate job. You're just putting in that little extra work to make sure that you're still with that company longer and longer, because the families who value your service will keep you for as long as you want to stay.
Yeah.
Or until they don't need you.
Amazing. You got so many purple love hearts. Literally, I'm just seeing so many purple love hearts. So I knew anyway, because you're just amazing. Thank you, guys. We've got I am Bianca McDonald. Hey, that's my girl. She said, I think parents know, they just get consumed with work and take you for granted.
Exactly.
So
and
I agree.
that's why I say, nannies, you're really in the driver's seat. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, you could walk through the door. I'm still stuck with my kid, and now I have even more problems to deal with because now my nanny is not coming back. So you're really in the driver's seat, but you need to educate parents and just go, okay, once again, this is how this it comes down to communication. This is how this makes me feel. This isn't working. And once again, where are your hard boundaries? What hill are you going to die on?
I'm walking away with that. You have to trademark it. What hill are you going to die on? I.e., pick your battles, guys. Yeah. Shannon, what else? So tell us what you got coming. Promote your page. Let people know where they can find you. Let us know a bit more about your business. Like, some people didn't catch the beginning. So, yeah, just do your outro and then we'll be done.
So my name is Shannon. I've been a career nanny for the last 15 years. Night nurse, family manager. I've done it all here in the Silicon Valley for the last 15 years. And I have just opened my childcare coaching to the public this week. And I am offering 30-minute free consultations to parents this week. So if you sign up on our website, which is on my our Instagram handle. So everyone's been asking, you were talking about this the other day, our Instagram handle, what does it mean? So when I was a nanny, my maiden name is Zimmerman. So they would call me Zim, and it would be Zim's Fab. She is so amazing. She's fabulous. You know, Zim's Fab. So when I got married, my husband used to joke, well, you're going to have to come up with a new acronym. So like a few weeks before the wedding, we came up with, I'm the VIP, the very important Parolaz. Well, with my last name being Zimmerman, we had to add the Z to make it plural because there's now multiple roles. So we're the VIP Parolaz. And that's where VIP coaching comes from.
All right.
And basically, you can find blog information. There's going to be a lot more nanny blog stuff coming out. I've kind of been in the zone with having a baby this first year. And so now I'm trying to get back into the creative zone of blogging. So I'm just working on so many projects, but basically right now the main focus is to help parents and doing the consulting work, because I know a lot of parents are just like, they are freaking out. So nannies, if you see parents who are on boards who are just completely confused and have no idea that the job listing's all messed up. They have no idea what to do childcare wise. I'm here to help. I am the person to talk to and get sent to help, because if we educate more parents, your job becomes easier, and then you find the jobs that you really want, because parents know what they want. And you've been on those interviews where parents are like, well, we're not sure the hours, and that activities sound fine. You may drive them, you may not drive. Like, they have no clue. So then when you get down to negotiations, they're like, oh, that's your rate, sorry, we can't afford you. Like, you just wasted all this time. And I'm trying to avoid that for nannies and help nannies and help parents at the same time. I'm also offering, some people vibe with me and have that nanny, like you have that nanny vibe. And if you think we vibe, I do offer a nanny mentoringship. So if you want to do a power hour with me, I'd be more than happy to chat with you, figure out if your resume needs updated, talk to you about, problems that you may be having with your nanny family that you just need a mom boss perspective on it. Like you say, I don't sugarcoat it. So like I say, some people have, some people don't. I will never pressure you. But come check us out. Follow our page. It's a lot of, if you like nerdy stuff and toys, I do run the Game of Nerds. So you can follow that page too. We've got, I've just got tons of stuff going on.
She's Superwoman, literally. So much going on.
How do you do all of this? I'm like, coffee. Just lots of coffee. Lots of coffee.
And Marvel's just so happy. She's such a happy child. And that's a testament to you and your husband. Because I'm thinking, hold on, how are you doing all these things? But I love the way that you run your household in general. Like, you work as a team. And I think, I'm not married, but to me, I look at marriage as a teamwork. And I love the way that, like, you work. Like, when I was talking, like, when could we do the live? You was like, oh, we're going to talk to Andy and we're going to work out this and that. I thought, that's so cute. I love that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's amazing.
We have to. Like that's like a lot of people say, after they have a baby, the first year is considered the divorce year. You start screaming about divorce because you're so stressed out and everything. And it's true. So I can't deny it. But the one thing we've learned, once again, it comes back to communication. Once you start communicating and go, this is what I need, this is what you need. All right, let's make it work. Because like a lot of people say, nobody's going to come and save you. Nobody's going to hand things onto the village. The village is not going to come. You have to build it yourself. So we've just, for the last year, have been building our village and figuring it out. And we work best as a team and working off each other. And some nights we're up till 10 o'clock working. And some Saturdays and weekdays we spend lying on the couch watching Sesame Street all day. It's all balance, people. It's all balance.
Yes. Thank you so much for allowing me to honor you. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just really happy that I started it off with you, because you're kick-ass, you're badass, you're just the best. And I hope now this is just a great friendship that we have. And I'll give you guys a fun fact, actually. Shannon, when I lived in San Francisco, Shannon is 20 minutes away from me, guys. Where I was living, when we spoke, and I was like, yeah, I used to live in Pleasanton. And she's like, oh my God, that's like around the corner from me. And I'm like, what? You know how lonely I was in America when I was out there? I was like, no, I'm back here.
You're just gonna have to. You just gotta come back and visit us when all this craziness is over, and you gotta come see Marvel and everything. But the world works. I'm a firm believer the world works, and the universe gives you what you need, and you just have to go with the flow. And like I said, every point of my nanny career has been the universe has showed me a sign, and it's pivot. All right, let's pivot. Let's do this. You came in. I was following you on LinkedIn a long time, and then I started following you on Instagram when I started. Like, I was like, okay, now I got to get the childcare going. And you, like, it was like the universe knew we were meant to be. So, like, what you know me, whatever you need, girl, I'm your girl. Let's do this.
I was like, listen, when I come back to San Fran, because that's like second home to me now, because I lived out there for a bit, I'm coming to see you. And I'm so annoyed because I know loads of times I used to just drive around. I know past your house, some place. I know past somewhere, and you're like, oh my God, like I go there all the time. So yeah, we have to definitely link up in the 2021 after all this I don't know what's going on really. We don't know what's going on,
We
but
don't.
I'm hoping that things will get easier in terms of travel. We'll be able to start traveling again. So when that
Yeah.
does happen, I am booking hella flights. So you will be seeing me. Okay, okay.
I'm excited. I thank you so much for having me here today and honoring and doing what you're doing. What I think you're doing is amazing. And
Thank you.
you know, a lot of nannies shine the light on themselves because it's Nanny Recognition Week, and for you to gracefully use your platform to shine
Yeah,
light on other women
absolutely.
shows just how beautiful and amazing that you are.
Thank you.
And how much you want to make the nanny community thrive because
100%.
as you know, it can get clicky and nasty, and you're one of the shiny happy lights in the nanny community, and I just want to be a tiny little, you know, just be a little part of the sunshine that you're giving
Yes.
out here, girl.
That's why I wore yellow today. I thought I wear a bit of yellow, bit of sunshine, you know. So I appreciate that. Thank you. It's all about getting nannies recognized and showing people what we do, educating the masses, because I should not be explaining what a nanny does 16 years in. So, you
No,
know, that's what science got to give. Hi, Nanny Kim on the
no.
go. You come in very late, but we are finishing now. But can you guys just give Shannon her props? You know, we say give people their flowers while they're still here. So let's see
I
some
love y'all.
purple. Let's see some dancing. Let's see some clapping. Just let me know if you're feeling Shannon, because I am feeling her, because I love her to bits. I think she's amazing. I think she's a
I
super
love all
mom,
you
super
guys.
woman.
This is just so much
Look,
fun. I
look at
gotta
this.
do this more often. Like I
Yes,
never come on live. Like, well,
you
and this
need
is like
to.
I'm starting to. My problem is Marvel's usually screaming, so I feel
That's
bad
fine.
because I'm like
Leave her
no one
on.
wants
She's
to
ready for the
listen to her.
camera. Do you not see
Yeah,
her? She's a natural. She's all up in the camera like, hey, Twinkle.
she's currently hold on, let me go to her. Hold on, you guys.
Let's see. Let's end it with Marvel. Let's see. I think her name is so cool, guys. Where's she gone?
Marvel. Hi,
Hey!
Marvel.
Hello! Mommy did such a good
Hi.
job.
Hi.
She's proper babbling. I love it. What you got planned for
Yeah.
her birthday?
We are just gonna hang out and have a Sunday bar, huh? We're gonna have ice cream because it's
Good.
Marvel's favorite.
Everyone say hi to
Yeah.
Marva. Hey, hey. She's so cute. She's like, hey guys. So I'm
Hi.
gonna I think Instagram's gonna cut us out soon. But thank you
No
guys for
worries.
tuning in. This is the start of
Thank you,
my
everybody.
National Nanny Recognition Week. I just want to thank Shannon again. I think you're amazing. Thank you so much for joining us and starting off the week with a bang. Guys,
No
tomorrow,
problem.
I hope you come back on to my live. Let me see, because you know me, my memory is so bad. We have who do we have? Who do we have tomorrow? We have Linda Atkins, and I'm gonna be on at 4 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Chicago time. So make sure you guys tune in. We're gonna be talking to Linda
Do
Atkins, who's a
it.
Nigerian nanny in Chicago. It's gonna be
Yep.
fun. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Take care. Say bye.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, Shannon, quickly do it. Because then when I do it now, we're going to see us smiling. Take care. I love you.
Okay.
I'll see you in a
Love
bit.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.